and try to maintain the silence in the hall. Thank you, sir. Let me invite Suman Bed, wife of Amit Bed, our trustee. Thank you. And try to maintain the silence in the hall. Thank you, sir.
Namo Arihantanam Namo Siddhanam Namo Ayariyanam Namo Ujjayanam Namo Loe Savasahunam Namo Loe Savasahunam ऐसो पंच नमोकारो सव पाव पणासनो मंगलाणं च सवसिं परमं हवै मंगलम नमो 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 नवकार मंत्र है प्यारा इसने लाखों को तारा नवकार मंत्र है प्यारा इसने लाखों को तारा इस महामंत्र का जाप करो भव जल से मिले किनारा नमो अरिहंताणम नमो सिद्धाणम नमो आयरियाणम नमो वज्रायाणम नमो लोए सव्वसाहुणम नमो लोए सव्वसाहुणम ऐसो पंचनमुक्कारो सव पाव पणासनो मंगलाणं च सवसिं परमं हवै मंगलम परमं हवै मंगलम परमं हवै मंगलम ओम
Jai Jinendra, everyone. Again, on behalf of JVB London, I'd like to invite you all for joining us on this amazing Sunday morning. I understand some of you may already have some sort of hangover from yesterday's all the sports which was happening, and maybe many of you may have seen England match as well. How many of you saw it last night? Okay, I should have asked the other question. How many of you did not see it? Because pretty much most of you have. So yeah, I mean, it has been a very hectic, week and days. So now with all of that, so much action happening, and a lovely weather, of course, outside after a turmoil of heat. So thanks again for sparing time and joining us today, and celebrating with us a very special day. It's Gyaan Utsav, which is our opportunity to celebrate the Gyaan which our young kids have been accumulating with our very learned teachers over here at JVB London. This is obviously one of the most important achievements and the most important activities that we as a group do, and we are absolutely proud of. And hence, without any doubt, this is the most important day that we celebrate, given the fact that we are preparing our next generation to participate and to stay connected with this community. So, and of course, as Jeet has already mentioned, there's a complete lineup of program that we have for the complete day. and time permitting, we can keep you engaged till the evening. आप जितना time देंगे, we'll make most of it. Promises apart. So yeah, I mean, again, on behalf of entire JVB London, on the entire trustee board as well as EC committee, I would like to invite you all again, and looking forward to having a wonderful day. Yeah, by a popular demand, once more, if you can, अगर आप एक हमारे साथ भजन प्रेजेंट कर सकें, please. Thank you.
So basically, since this is Gyaan Utsav, I would say sing something which children will be pray to Bhagwan ki hum bhi aap jaise bane. सुन लो परमात्मा एक मेरी प्रार्थना, सुन लो परमात्मा एक मेरी प्रार्थना, आप जैसी हो मेरी आराधना, आप जैसा बनूं, आप जैसा बनूं, सुन लो परमात्मा एक मेरी प्रार्थना, आप जैसी हो मेरी आराधना, आप जैसा बनूं, जग से संयम लिया धन्य शासन किया, जग से संयम लिया धन्य शासन किया, दूसरों के लिए अपना जीवन जिया, आप जैसा जीऊं, आप जैसा जीऊं, आप जैसा बनूं, ना हो आशा न तृष्णा न माया कहीं, आप तक जो भी आए वो पथ ही सही, ना हो आशा न तृष्णा न माया कहीं, आप तक जो भी आए वो पथ ही सही, माया छल से भरा सारा संसार है, तरना हमको भी भव सागर पार है, आप जैसा तरु सुन लो परमात्मा एक मेरी प्रार्थना, आप जैसी ही हो मेरी आराधना, आप जैसा बनूं, ये जो जीवन में है चंद घड़ियां मेरी, इसकी हर सांस हो आपके नाम ही, ये जो जीवन में है चंद घड़ियां मेरी, इसकी हर सांस हो आपके नाम ही, युग के आदर्श है आप हो तो सदा, युग के आदर्श है आप हो तो सगा, आप जग में रहे जग से हो के जुदा, आप जैसा रहूं, आप जैसा रहूं, सुन लो परमात्मा एक मेरी प्रार्थना, आप जैसी ही हो मेरी आराधना, आप जैसा बनूं, आप जैसा जीऊं, आप जैसा तरूं, आप जैसा रहूं.
Thank you, Suman, for giving in to the public demand for once more. Okay, may I now invite Amit Garg. Green means go. So now is your time to shine. So I know some of you are still from the hangover of the football match last night, although I had the request that delay Amit's presentation to as late as possible, but I can't delay any further. So he spent whatever 6 months in Ladnu with the spiritual leaders. So he's especially blessed, and we've seen the outcomes. So please come on and tell us what is Ladnu, where is Ladnu, and why should one visit? Yeah.
Hello, Jai Jinendra, everyone. Yeah, there's nothing to show for now. Just spend this time just to, build that. Actually, I tried to prepare some, but such a terrible job. मुझे लगा कि रहने दो. बिना PPT के चल रहा. So, nothing, but I don't think it's a visible form. So maybe I'll just talk about my experience. A few months. आवाज नहीं आ रही है. बोलो बोलो. अरे बात. I don't know how is this.
How many of you here have visited Ladnu? Only one person. How many of you have visited Ladnu?
Double hours. I think someone else has joined from Zoom. No, someone else has joined from Zoom. Oh, audio.
मेरा कट नहीं हुआ क्या? सॉरी टू मी. हाँ आपका नो टेस्ट नहीं कर.
हो गया आप रेडी दैट्स फाइन. या हो गया.
Better.
हाँ
Okay. Let's start again. Hello, Jai Jinendra, everyone. So, yeah, we were in India for almost 6 months. Jeet, you can also listen. Yeah. It's very good, interesting. So, yeah, and during those 6 months, there was a lot of instances I got the opportunity to go to Ladnu and sort of stay there. So I went there almost like 4 times. Like there were 4 trips, 2 short, 2 long. So the long trips were almost like 20 days, and the short ones were like 3 days or 4 days. And I visited after maybe like a couple of years, because we usually go every year whenever we go to India. But in last 1 year, it has changed so much that anyone who has not visited in last year they'll be surprised to see what's going on there. And it was mainly because of this special occasion which Gurudev had announced. It is the Yogeksham Varsh. It's that's the word. But the main meaning of it is like you have a special time that you spend on yourself. When you mean yourself is like basically for all the sadhus, sadhvis, and samnichis. So it was like for their training as well. So that's why Gurudev decided no samniji, no sadhu, no sadhvi. They will go out. Most of them will be like whoever can, except a few like extreme exceptions. So now in total, there are almost like 500 sadhus and sadhvis, which is like 400 sadhvis in total, and then almost like 100 total. So, and it's like from infrastructure, facilities, stay, it's unbelievable place. Once you go there, it's very hard to come back. That's the problem. And you have such a beautiful environment, such a comfort, which is like then blended with the spirituality. You have so many like munis and sadhvis all the time in the campus, and then you have Gurudev's darshan all the time. So the main thing in Ladnu, whenever you go, is the time. You just need to be very, very careful about timings. There are like things that happen at specific time during the day and every day. So typically a day starts very early morning there, around 4 a.m. So at 4 a.m. there is the Bhaktamar session that starts, and it's in the main Pravachan hall. And then after an hour or so, Gurudev comes to the main Pravachan hall around 5 a.m. And then you have the morning Vandana and all other Mangal part. And then after that, you have the morning round of Charan Sparsh. So now, like after COVID, things have changed. Earlier, anyone can go Charan Sparsh, but now it's only twice a day. First in the morning, very early, around 5:30 or 5:45, and second one is in the evening after the Aratman, which is like around 8 o'clock, up to I think last is at 9:15. So start at 4. The main session happens, Bhaktama, then Vandana, and then Charan Sparsh. And then after that, it's the main Pravachan time, which is from 10 to 11. That's the main one. And then if there's any event that happens after 11. So because of the Yogeksham Varsh, there were a few things that Gurudev had changed this year. The one thing is like the main Pravachan time, which is 10 to 11, each and every sadhu and sadhvi, it's mandatory for them to come to the Pravachan unless there is any emergency. So then what happens? You imagine there is a Pravachan hall and you have 500 sadhus and sadhvis. Around 10, when they are all going to Pravachan hall, it's almost like a white ocean flowing towards the Pravachan hall. It's like a really amazing sight to see, whenever that thing happens. And after Pravachan, when it finishes, you can see that same ocean is flowing back. So after the Pravachan, that's the main Pravachan, and then you have additional programs that continue after 10, like up to 11, oh sorry, after 11, maybe up to 12. So that's basically the first half done. And then after that, you have like all the gocharis and everything for sadhus and sadhvis. And then around 2, you have another like time where it's open for visitors if you want to go and meet some sadhu, sadhvi, munishri, have any meeting, anything like that. So it's that time. So from 2, half 2, it's up to 4 o'clock. So yeah, and after that again, 4 o'clock, it's the gochari, evening gochari, and then like around 7, it's the Pratikarman, Aratvandana, and then it's again the evening Charan Sparsh. So that Charan Sparsh starts at 8 and then it goes up to half 9 or something. So after 9, half 9, you can again have your own time with all the sadhu, sadhvi, or if you want to just sit around, chat, whatever. It's amazing environment there. with lots of newly built gardens and parks and areas where you can just sit and have a great time. So I usually like I could never start that early, so I was always doing the Charan Spash in the evening. But I know some people like Asubai, he always goes for 4 o'clock sharp. So, but yeah, so, uh, yeah, this is like and apart from that, like amazing food, which is very important. Yeah, seriously, there is a Bhojan. The breakfast is very early. The only problem is it closes very early, like by 9. But it's okay. We can manage when the food is so nice. I was always there half 8. So, and then the lunch is also a little bit early because early breakfast means early lunch. But yeah, it's very, very nice and very well managed as compared to any other like previous chaturmas. Although they are all well managed, but this one is a little bit, another level. And in the campus, because the campus is so big, you just can't walk around. Like if you need to go from Gurudev's place to Sadhu Punkha's place, it's almost like 10 minutes walk. So you have those golf carts, like free of service, obviously, free of charge. So you can take any of them and then you can just reach. And it's like very, thought out development. It's not just for, you just come for, munis and sadhus. It's like, even for like they have thought about children when a lot of people come, they stay, what the children are going to do. So there is a lot of children centric activities, children specific parks. And then there are a few things like there is a music park where they have installed a lot of music instruments, and you can see there are people all the time on those instruments. And another thing which Ladmo is very, very famous for, JVB, is peacocks. So the number of peacocks I saw there every day, I think I have never seen in my life, and I would never see again in my life. It's only within that campus, I think there are at least maybe 700-800 peacocks. I'm not even joking. So you just walk, you will come across at least 10-20 peacocks. They are just crossing, they're walking like you, they're walking with you. And there's never a day goes by when you don't see a peacock dancing. It's like proper, that round thing. So this is like, yeah, it's all part of, if you go, you just get for free. So this is all like in words. Maybe I can also share my screen and show some pictures of what I have uh, spoken about. Hold on, let me share. You can share now. This is coming properly. Yes.
You have shared the entire screen, no?
Yeah, share entire screen.
Share. Have you shared it already? Share.
Cancel try here. Desktop.
This one? Yeah, wait.
It's not showing as shared. Cheers. Speaking things fine, I'll manage for you.
Just make it bigger.
Sorry, so there was one more thing I forgot to mention. Like every day after the early morning, there is a morning walk that happens every day, and Gurudev मॉर्निंग वॉक के लिए जाते हैं विद इन कैंपस उसमें बहुत सारे लोग जाते हैं साथ में इट्स वेरी नाइस एंड you can join. It's every day almost like 7:45 8 only 10-15 minutes, but it's nice. So like yeah, these are some pictures of that morning walk. This is like few pictures from the morning walk. Sometimes Gurudev go and like in this picture it was showing, if there's someone, Gurudev will start talking. So these three boys, they are going to take diksha and they were just roaming around. Gurudev called and he started chatting with them and asking something. Do you remember Bhaktamar? So they were caught red-handed. So yeah, so this is like some pictures from the main pravachan, the background of the pravachan hall, how everyone. Okay, Mani, sitting next to Sadhu Ka. Sadhu. So so there was one more. Yeah, this is another one where our co-chairman, Valeria, he came to Ladnu and they together had Gurudev Darshan. Obviously, very. Uh, yeah, I think there are some more. Maybe I can share that as well. So this was related to my son who's born and he went for first Gurudev Darshan. So yeah. So and I think I can, if there's a bit of time, I can show some videos as well, which is showing the JVB Ladnu as such. जहाँ पे सारे साधु श्री हैं, ये वो है जहाँ पे जैसे शाम को जब प्रतिक्रमण होता है, then all the sadhus they have to go and be with the sadhu Prakash. That's how it is. Like all the munis they have to be in the presence of Gurudev, and all the sadhus and samnijis, because she's the head of sadhus. So you can see how many like.
They speak in Hindi or
Hindi mostly, but there are a lot of sadhu sadhvi who knows Gujarati. There are a lot of who are from Gujarat, so that is different. So this is the morning vandana. 5 a.m. morning. This is some Jain Shubharti. So I can see you're enjoying, so let's stop. Yeah. So that's all. But I just wanted to now say one thing. If after listening and watching, uh, yeah, yeah. So if like Gurudev is going to be in Ladnu until Feb next year. So if anyone is in India before that, and if they are around Rajasthan, if they want to visit, I think they should not miss. This is like once in a lifetime opportunity. Otherwise, there is the main event which is happening in December. This is like NRI event. On that event, already there will be a lot of people going from London. So it's during Christmas and holiday time. So if you can, that will be really, really amazing. Yeah, if you have any questions. Yeah. You can take care of that. You just let me know when Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Amit. You know, you are a tour guide. There is certainly a gap in the market. If you want to start that business, I'm happy to put money onto it. Yeah. So your target is to take the two Amit's target is to take 100 people. Okay. Nothing less. Okay. So the NRI summit, please make the most. And I think even Mayor, he has been given the ultimatum that he needs to visit and Sanjana as well.
So please try and yeah, take our delegation. There's also another summit in November. Those who can't go in Christmas, the Manik uncle is going in November, and maybe I am. Pradeepji, you also have to go. You know, you need to make sure you're there, host side, not the visiting side. Yeah. And yeah, very wonderful presentation, Amit. You've done the job. You prepared a lot for it, and you've been thinking, making sure the what Landno has to offer is understood by all. 130 crore rupees just been recently invested in upgrading it. Previously, a lot of infrastructure was already there. There's a university there, and you can meet all your favorite Shamnijis. 50 of them have visited JBB London. So there's so much you can involve, and not far from Delhi, Jaipur, and you can do so many other things. Now, you know, Bikaner is another connection for us. So Sanjana can help with Bikaner too. Okay, so now I pass on to the next topic. Thank you, Amit. So Perivale, you heard me talking to Gurudev about Perivale. I'm going to do the same with you as well. So Manik uncle is here. He has changed his diary for this morning, and he's going to inspire us all about the vision of Perivale, what the project is. There is going to be slides in the background. There's going to be some photographs, and uncle will run through what we have achieved since the purchase and where we're going next. What does the future look like? How you can get involved, how you can motivate others as well. That's very important. We really want it to be a #1 Jain center in London, open to all the communities, so not just Jains. And we really need your involvement in giving us ideas and giving feedback on what the layouts we have come up with. And there's been a lot of consultations. Many of you have thankfully attended. Those who haven't visited, I've still got your names. I'm trying to reach out to each of you until you and your family and friends have gone there. You can't be talking about it until you've seen it. Uncle just say everybody has to just come there and see it. So may I invite the Perivale team? We also have our Vinod Bhai Kapasi is already here, but we're going to just, may I invite Manik Ji Choradia, our board of advisor, please come along. Thank you, Uncle.
Jai Jinendra, everybody. Hope everybody is well. Before I start on Perivale, I'd like to say a few words on following what Amit just said about Larnau. The story of Jain Vishwa Bharati at Larnau, I think, also carries many lessons for us. Primarily, this was a vision of Acharya Tulsi. My earliest memories go back at least 60 years. And there was a lot of controversy as to why Acharya Tulsi would embark on such a project, a lot of resistance. If we talk of access, I remember the early days, even finding the place in Larnau, because there was no Google Maps or anything, could take half an hour or an hour. We talk about access road, it was much narrower than Perivale. So, and you can see from there how it has developed today to a campus of over 100 acres. They have built a new access road, so you don't have to go through the winding streets of Ladno anymore. But this was a vision. And the vision was to create a legacy, not just for the Therapant community, of which Acharya Tulsi was the head, but for the Jain community. And the essence was learning. And this is the primary reason, was to establish the Jain Vishwa Bharati University, which is a center of learning for all Jains. And in that same ethos, the JVB centers in the UK, in the US were started, accessible to further the understanding of Jain philosophy, Jain culture, among the Jain community, but also the wider community. So I think that's a lesson, we can learn. And similarly, Perivale for us is a legacy project. It is for the future, it is for our community, just as we've seen other projects within our community in England, whether it is Oshwal, Novnath, Mahavir Foundation. I'm sure if you go back to their origins, you will see there was at least some controversy. But look where they are today. Time has enabled them to settle in, and we hope the same thing will be true for Perivale, because now the project is real. We have taken on the building. The task is to complete it to what our vision is. But just another couple of asides. In terms of accommodation, there is a variety of accommodation there, ranging from dormitories to private houses, apartments, and you will find something suitable to whatever your requirements are. Another aspect Amit touched on was food. I think it was nearly 20 years ago, a group from JVB London went to Lucknow. And when they came back, I remember Dinesh Bhai Shah, what was your experience? He said, fantastic. But there was one thing that was deadly, the food. He said, for Gujaratis, we're used to a much simpler diet. You Marwadis go over the top. So that's a warning. Be prepared for Rajasthani appetites and hospitality. But another aspect or reason for visiting Lucknow, yes, the facilities are all there, but having such a congregation of sadhus, sadhvis in one place, the spirituality in the air is indescribable. We talk about positivity, about the vibe. I can't describe it in words. It's only when you visit and you sit in the pravachan halls, or when you see that sea of white, as Amit touched on. It really touches something that, as I said, is indescribable. And just for that experience, which is unique, I would suggest you try to visit. Normally, our sadhus, sadhvis are nomadic. They move from place to place, staying hardly a few days, apart from the Chaturmas, when it's maybe 4 months. But this is a place where you can have your darshan in a relaxed way. You can set your own timetable, agenda. Unlike Chaturmas, which are usually in the major cities, where the traffic is there. Here, you're in a campus, everything is on site. That too adds to the experience of visiting at this time. And as I said, you need to experience it, and I would urge everyone to try and get that experience. Now, coming back to Perivale, it's a daunting task. As they say, fools tread where smart people don't, so I'm a fool. But we have the project. It has tremendous scope in terms of size and facilities that we could establish there, where we've just completed week 8 of starting work at Perivale. And those 8 weeks essentially has been taken in clearing the place of all the debris, the rubbish, fixing few things. We've got the building down to a bare shell, so we can actually see what we have. We're now working with the structural engineers and other advisors, such as fire safety, building regulations, to see what is possible. We have a proposed plan which essentially is a series of main halls and some ancillary admin areas. And this is just the ground floor. We have an upper area as well, which could be classrooms or other studios. But as I said, we'll take the project one bite at a time. So at the moment, our focus is on the ground floor to try and get it operational. I'm hoping in the next week or couple of weeks, we should have the technical reports and feasibility assessments of how we're going on to the next step. But as I said earlier, this is now a reality, and with Gurudev's blessing, we will achieve our vision. Omara.
Thank you, Manik Uncle. So you know where I'm going to go next. You know the project, what the possibilities are, what the progress which is being made. I think it will be useful to know where we are financially, what progress has been made, and what we need to do next as a community. So thank you, Dineshji, for putting these slides together, and the Treasury team for providing the. So our gratitude to all the families who have donated, and so far we have commitments over £1 million. Yeah, and we have already collected the donations. Some of the donations are just coming through, and we thank each and every family. Big thanks to Hill Choraria family for 460,000, a Goldman Bank partner from Manik Uncle's family, also from USA, Swatantraji, and Manik Uncle's and Mr. Bad's family, and the others in 25,000 series, and a whole range of families from UK, US, and India, and it's flowing through. We need to rebuild the momentum, and please take your time. If you would like to be involved in whatever way, donations, soft loans, motivating others, including, look at Manik Uncle's two daughters, Jayaji Choradia, who is a trade commissioner in India, or Smita, who is a high commissioner, they are donating as well. And Sunil's family, his sisters from India have donated. Even Harsh, young Harsh, who is just brand new in the job for last 2 years, has also dug deeper into his pocket and 11. So these are some inspiring story, and everybody is an inspiration. So your support is what matters. Will get us going forward. We're looking at government grants. We want it to become sustainable so that we don't keep coming back to the community. That's the idea. And yeah, next. Yeah. So the overall, obviously, the finances. We bought it for 1.15 million. Jaharan was going to present it, but he had a hangover from the football match last night, so I forgave him for that. The purchase price, we've spent 1.2 million, and so far we've spent about £50,000 in stripping out and approvals, etc. So this is our refurbishment, very high level range. We're not expert in that. We are trying to get the quotations from the builders. This is 2 million without risk and inflation for the original renovation plan, but we are now looking to see, are there areas we could just have some corners we could build a 2-story. So those are the possibilities. And I mentioned about the donations to date, and please help us in moving this forward, in whatever way you can. So I think that's all. I leave it to you. So please visit Perryville and help us in connecting the project with everyone. Thank you. So may I now invite Vinod Bhai Kapasi. It's very rare. You have an MBE, OBE. Yeah, so from Order of British Empire to come along. He's been an ex-president of Mavid Foundation. His services for 50 years plus, and the amount of work he has done for the Jain community in the UK. So lovely to have you, Vinod Bhai. here. I can't speak a lot in Gujarati. Padaro tamai, please. Saras che and Sudha auntie, yeah che? Okay, divide and conquer. Very popular power couple. So please come and inspire us on Uttradhyan Sutra. So sorry, we have not done enough justice to Vinod uncle. He deserves an hour-long session on this. But today, we've got a lot of things on. Uncle, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Jai Jinendra. Pranam. First of all, finish everything. There are lots of slides, but I won't go through them. My idea is, of course, you know about the Uttarajan Sutra, what it is, what is in the book and everything. But to narrate some other interesting aspects and interesting points in the book. So let's see. Of course, at any time, if you want to interrupt me, do so by any means, and I'll try and answer your question.
You can just click on clicking this.
Okay, thank you. These, of course, I won't go through in details, but something about Indian philosophical books like Vedas, Upanishads, Dhammapad, and other books. We got this. And about Jain holy books contain the preaching of Tirthankaras. The main disciple of Tirthankaras used to hear and memorize the divine preaching. For this reason, the holy books are also called Shruta. You know this term, Shruta, as heard. In almost all scriptures, you will see one sentence, Suyam Bhagavaya Evam Akkhayam. Oh, my disciple, please listen to this. Whatever I am saying to you was told to me by Bhagavan Mahavir. So this is the sentence in most of our scriptures in Prakrit language. And that is why we call Shruta, as heard. Bhagavan Mahavir Swami ne Tripadi sunwai. Three important short sentences, words. Upaneva, Vigeva, Due. This is very important. We all know that Bhagavan Mahavir Swami preached everything to his disciples. But what did he do? He said just three things. And he said, you go away, think about this, and compile your own version, compile your own scriptures, your own text. Upaneva. Everything has got the beginning. उत्पन्न होता है सब कुछ। विगेवा, एवरीथिंग कम्स टू एन एंड, नाश होता है। धुएवा, बट इन बिटवीन देयर इज अ स्टेज when a thing stays for a while, and that is Duveva. So it's surprising that based on these three things, all our scriptures were compiled. So this is the one thing. Names and the classification of our scriptures we call agams. Of course, there are Shvetambar agams, Digambar Shastras and everything. But the agams, there are 45 books as per the Deravasi tradition, 32 as per the Sanakasi tradition, but we won't go into that. They are all holy books, full of good knowledge, full of wisdom. So the first set is called Anga. There are 11 books. There used to be 12. Then Upanga, commentary books, Mool Sutra, Chhed Sutra, and miscellaneous books. And two more, which were compiled later on. They were Nandi Sutra and Anuyogdvar Sutra. So altogether, there are 45 agams. Many a times I ask one question, whoever wants to come to me and want to know about Jainism and other things. And I say that you all know about Bhagavad Gita and Veda and Upanishad and Ramayana and Mahabharata and everything. How many agams name you know? I don't know any. What about one or two or three, four? Somebody would say Kalpa Sutra because they have heard this name. This is really a sad situation. Something about Digambar books. They are classified in these things, Karnanu Yoga, Charnanu Yoga, Dravyanu Yoga. Right. Some of the important agams worth remembering their names and worth reading about. These things are Acharanga Sutra, Uttaradhyan Sutra, and Kalpa Sutra. The other two, I would say, Sutra Krutanga Sutra and Dasvaikalik Sutra. Acharanga Sutra is the very first book. The historians say that this is the direct preaching of Lord Mahavir in Acharanga Sutra. And I would advise you to read this thing. It's marvelous book, full of, good advice and everything. And Acharang Sutra, perhaps in the human history, is the first book which says plants have got a life and they will feel pain if you cut them. Right, Uttaradhyan Sutra, today's subject, last sermon of Lord Mahavir, and Kalpa Sutra, narration of the life of Lord Mahavir, is a Kalpa Sutra. And one more. This is in the list. This is not in the list of 45 agams. It's completely a different book. Why it is important? Because for all other books, Shvetambar says, no, this is our books. Digambar says, these are our books. But Tattva Sutra, everyone says. Shvetambar says, no, this is our holy book. Digambar says, no, this is our holy book. It is acceptable by all traditions, all firkas. So that is why this Tattvad Sutra by Uma Swati ji, written in the 1st century AD, is quite important. When the Institute of Jainology here thought about translating a Jain scripture, they thought about many names: Acharang Sutra, Uttaradhayan Sutra, Samay Sar, Niyam Sar, Pravachan Sar, so many books. But then they thought that, no, let's select one book which has been accepted by all traditions, all firqas and everybody. And that is why they selected Tattvarth Sutra and translated into English under the leadership of Duke of Edinburgh, late Queen's husband. Yeah. So that's something, of course, you may know probably. It was translated by Nathmal Tatia. I was also involved in the committee. There are so many interesting things, but we have no time about them. Right. After the compilation of all these agams, the old tradition was they were not writing everything down. कुछ भी लिखा नहीं जाता था. आपको सुनना है, आपको याद रखना है, फिर आप दूसरों को समझाओ. तो क्या होता है, कुछ न कुछ तो आप भूल ही जाते हो. तो then there was a council held in Patliputra. They discussed everything, all came together and narrated everything. In the second council, it was held in, well, second and third simultaneous, Mathura and Vallabhi. And the third or fourth, you can say, was held in Vallabhipur near Bhavnagar in the state of Gujarat, under the leadership of Acharya Devarti Gani Kshama. And they all decided that it's time we write everything down because we can't remember. So, right. This is something else we want Vallabhi in Gujarat. Right. So they started writing everything down. And from that time onward, from that day onward, we have got the Jain manuscripts. We are so lucky. Ji.
What year was it? Roughly. When?
Roughly about 900 years after Lord Mahavir. That council. Yeah. That was Vallabhi Council by Devarti Gani. Yeah. Right. So you can imagine how much was forgotten, you know. Even if I say something, you will forget 1%, and you say something to your friend, and he will say one more. And 900 years, imagine. Yeah. So, Jain manuscripts, we are very lucky. We have preserved Jain manuscripts very well. There are so many Bhandaras in India. Jaisalmer, Khambhat, Jodhpur, Limri, Ahmedabad, and other Bhandars in South India. There are more than 200,000 Jain manuscripts that have been preserved in India. In this country, perhaps you'll be surprised, 7,000 Jain manuscripts are here, perhaps more. And we are also very lucky that we have done the complete cataloging of all the most of the manuscripts in this country. Big collection in British Library, more than 5,000 Jain manuscripts. In Bodleian Library in Oxford, more than 1,000. In Wellcome Library in London, you might have heard the name Wellcome Library. It's very interesting story behind it. Wellcome Institute, Wellcome Trust, Wellcome was the name of the founder. It was under the Glaxo Laboratories. You know the name Glaxo. They are doing baby milk and medicines and everything. So they decided that let's get some manuscripts for India, from India. Medicinal manuscripts. औषध के लिए कुछ न कुछ मिल जाए तो हम दवाई बना सकते हैं. So they started collecting lots of manuscripts from India. And they told one Punjabi gentleman that can you buy manuscripts of medicines and everything and send us here. So that Punjabi gentleman, very enthusiastic, he didn't know Prakrit or anything. He wanted big money too. So started sending whatever he got to London. So there are lots of Jain manuscripts there. I went there about 20 years ago, studied quite a few manuscripts of Bhaktamar Stotra in there. Now, the Welcome Library is giving everything back to Jains. All these manuscripts will be sent to Birmingham because there is a Jain chair there. And then eventually we'll decide what to do, either send back to India or bring it to London. If you can send a proposal that will look after them, good chances got building.
What about the manuscripts? But were they about medicine or?
Very few about medicines. The others about the Jain philosophy, Hindu philosophy, others. And as I said, I studied quite a few manuscripts of Bhaktamar Stotra there, because when I was doing my thesis on Navsmaran. So, but they have preserved everything very well. The only problem they had was nobody was coming to read these manuscripts. And that is why finally they have decided to give the whole collection back to the Jain community over here. They approached Institute of Jainology. Institute of Jainology saying, then discussed with Birmingham University, and it's going there now, right now. Yeah. This is the old language, old manuscripts. This is okay. Again, there are so many other stories about the manuscripts, you haven't got the time, and I wouldn't go into it. Even the manuscripts in London, in the British Library, most of the manuscripts were held by India Office Records and Library. There was a 9-story building on Blackfriar Road. That building was called India Office Records and Library. That building, the collection was from India, during the rule of East India Company. Whatever they had acquired, manuscripts, books, records of old court cases, whatnot, everything was brought here and kept in this building on Blackfriar Road. And finally, British Library took over the collection and everything is in British Library. So as I said, British Library had got 3,000-4,000 manuscripts before, plus all these things, and the cataloging has been done now. Okay. It's a very good collection here. The other manuscripts outside India, Berlin, Vienna, Leipzig, Strasbourg, Paris, Florence, they are all there. India Office Records and Library, as I said, yeah. One thing I would like to mention is I used to go to India Office Records and Library some 30 years ago or more. And I came to know that they have got a big collection of some old documents. All the Rajas, Maharajas, they had to send annual return to East India Company. You know, every year we submit this tax return and everything. They had to do it. So something came in my mind. My father was a private secretary of the king of Chuda, a small place. Chuda is, just 10,000 population, yeah. And then I inquired that, have you got this in your collection? And they found out that, yes, we have got this. Because every year they were sending us, that was a law. So Chuda, the king of Chuda had to send this every year. So I asked them that, can I see the copies and everything? So they brought the copy for me. My father's name was there. He was private secretary of the king in 1920. So I asked for a copy. I sent to my father, and he was so happy that, oh, my name is in London's library. Anyway, the way they have preserved everything. We didn't do that in India. Right. This is all, I won't go through because that altogether takes more than an hour. How they used to write manuscripts and draw pictures, Kalpa Sutra, Uttaradhyana Sutra. One or two manuscripts have been kept in the British Museum. They are on display. The ink pot, the pens they used to write with, pens and drawing a circle and other things, these 400, 500, 600 years old things. Most of our Jain manuscripts are in Prakrit Ardhamagadhi language. But some, the collection, of course, old Gujarati, Rajasthani, Maharashtrian, they've got a very good collection, everything. Even the old books are worth saying. The book covers and everything. Right. Uttaradhyana Sutra, coming back to main subjects I'll finish in 5 minutes or so, because there may not be time. Uttaradhyana Sutra. Who translated that in English first? One name comes to my mind is Herman Jacobi. Herman Jacobi was a professor in Oxford. Was a German person, was a professor in Oxford. He started studying Sanskrit. Then he went to Jaisalmer, stayed there for a few months and learned Prakrit and studied Acharang Sutra, Uttaradhyana Sutra, Sutrakrutang Sutra, and Kalpa Sutra, and translated these 4 books into English in around 1870. And these books were published in late 1880s, 1890. Pioneering work. Imagine a German, Englishman going to Jaisalmer. It's not a 5-star hotel or anything. You wouldn't see that. Learning Prakrit there, translating all these things into English. Did a pioneer work. Not only that, one very good thing about this book. He told the Jains, if you read this preface, you will see that he has told all of us that Jains do not know about their heritage. They do not know they have got these things. Open your eyes. Read these books. It's marvelous work. And he said, I haven't seen anything like that. He taught us, a foreigner came to India and said to us that you have got all these. Do you know this? So that was Herman Jacobi. Then, of course, there are a lot of other scholars, Buller, and they have translated and did a lot of work. Right, that's Herman Jacobi. Right, Uttaradhin Sutra, as I said, is considered as the last sermon of Lord Mahavir. Just before Lord Mahavir died, attained nirvana, he preached continuously for 48 hours. And whatever he preached has been written in 36 chapters. This is Uttaradhyan Sutra. It's a very good book. I really like it. There are a lot of stories and other things. And we can talk about Bhagavad Gita and all these things, but Uttarayan Sutra is something like that. Fight with your conflicting, wavering thoughts. One can obtain happiness by conquering bad thoughts with the help of good thoughts. I've made a good collection out of it. I studied Uttarayan Sutra when I used to go to India Office Records and Library. It's difficult to conquer oneself, which is possession of the five senses and anger. So, some very good sutras in this. Look, okay, you can. This is everything's been described by Lord Mahavir. Everything has been told by Lord Mahavir to his disciple, Gautam and other disciples. And there are many things, many of our scholars, sadhus and sadhvis, narrate and quote quite a few things from Uttarayan Sutra. Oh, Gautam, do not be careless for a single moment. It's a very famous sentence. It comes again and again in one of the adhyayas. Samayam goyam ma pamaya. Oh, Gautam, please do not be careless, inadvertent for a single moment. There are a lot of good things in the book, a lot of comparisons, and many stories. Something about these are the main stories in, I'll just mention the names. Story of Kapila and greed and our desire. It's a very good story, It narrates a lot of things about our mind, our desire, that we are not happy, We want more and more and more, and we start acquiring more. The story of Kapil, of course. He was asked to say that, मांगो क्या मांगना है, तो he thought about के चलो 20 coin तो मांग लूंगा, बहुत enough है. Then he thought कि 20 क्या चलेगा, ये तो king है ना, तो 30 मांग लूंगा. फिर 40, then 60, 80, then say नहीं, एक घर ले लूं तो अच्छा रहेगा. जैसे बढ़ता गया, आगे बढ़ता गया, तो सारा किंगडम मांगने का सोचा. फिर again then he thought that what I'm doing, I'm not satisfied. I want more and more. King Nami's renunciation. This is also a very good story in Uttarayan Sutra. Each and every story is so nice. Rishikesh's story. Rishikesh was Chandal, lowest person from the lowest kind, lowest caste. And there are very good sentences in this Adhyaya. Rishikesh says, narrates the real definition of Brahmin. One interesting thing is there are a lot of verses about Brahmin, who is the real Brahmin, real, Chandal, and what are the characteristics. The verses given in this are more or less similar. The same type of verses are in Uttarajan Sutra in Buddhist books and the Santi Parva in Mahabharata. Bragaputra, बहुत अच्छी स्टोरी है. रथनेमी and राजीमती, से प्रख्यात बात है ना. Rathanemi. Rathanemi was, of course, the brother of Neminath Bhagwan. And Neminath, as we know, that when he heard the cries of animals, he had decided that he would not get married. Right, one chapter, which is, this one is important from the historical perspective. Kesi and Gautam. During the time of Gautam Swami and Mahavir Swami, Parshnath Bhagwan's religion was somewhat separate than Mahavir Swami's religion. You'll be surprised to know. Parshnath Bhagwan's path was called Chaturyam path, the religion of four principles: Ahimsa, Satya, Achaurya, Aparigraha. Mahavir Swami's path was the path of five principles: Ahimsa, Satya, Achaurya, Aparigraha, and Brahmacharya. After the historic meeting of Kesi and Gautam, Kesi was the disciple of Parshnath Bhagwan. Not direct disciple, of course, Parshnath Bhagwan in the lineage. And Gautam was the disciple of Mahavir Swami. They, they had a very good dialogues about what is right, what is wrong, what should be done in today's day and age. And Kesi adopted the path of Gautam Swami, the path of Mahavir Swami. So, there are a lot of things I can talk about for hours and hours, but I know that you've got a lot of other things to do. Chaturyam Dharma.
But they were part of we have different sects, they were sects or they were total different beliefs?
No, there are no different sects, obviously, yeah. This Shwetambar, Digambar, nothing came about at that time. Only thing, they used to believe the tradition of Chaturyam, four principles. So they had got their own followings. Oh, they are Jains, yeah, or at least Shraman tradition, yeah. But then all got just as one path, yeah. And the path which we follow now, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, and बोलिए. Sorry, are we?
Slides which you covered, are they available in one book or something?
No, I prepared them actually. Yeah, you got them. Yeah, you got the slides. Yeah. So, but at any time, I talked about the Herman Jacobi's book, which was published in 1880, 1890. This is the one. Yeah, and I got a selection of Uttarajan Sutra in this book. That was done by me. Thank you all.
Omaram, Jovis Tankarnaman Kartau. Vinod Bhai, that was an excellent presentation, and we are very thankful for you to spare your valuable time at JVB to present these agams and all that. But we, as I can remember that from JVB London, we have already done 108 books of agams and presented to SWAS University. So that has already been done from here, and we have also had a set of agam in JVB as well. But I would like to recall from early days of JVB that Vinod Bhai Kapasi, when he at Mahavir Foundation, had been very good support for us. He had given us the building to do our Sunday pravachans, supported Samnijis during Pajoshan, next door building to Mahavir Foundation when 8 Samnijis were here. So he had very kindly gave us permission to stay there and looked after them. So for which we are very thankful. Om Aram, everybody. So in that context, Vinod Bhai, we are again humbly thankful to you for all the support that you have given to JVB in the early days, and also you are continuously giving us. Om Aram. Thank you.
Are being appointed. Okay, so 5 new trustees are being appointed. Why 5? There's been a lot of deliberations in the trustee board. JVB is almost going to double or triple. Yeah, we have a 1 million property or 1.5 million property. We're going to have another 3 million property. So you can imagine the amount of work. You know, uncle will always say, "Itna bada kaise sambhalega?" Everybody is right in saying that, but you start big. The potential is enormous for the community, and uncle has talked about, you know, we really don't want to be restricted. We don't want health and safety constraints. You know, we care about the children, etc., and a lot more scope is there at the Perivale. So hence we fought hard to expand it. You know, this is not a paid job for a trustee. It's rather they are putting money in. So it's no brainer in my mind. So today, so we've been through a rigorous process. You know, people were a bit scared. Oh, I've not done an application form. You know, who is in the interview panel? What questions I'm going to be asked? You know, in the job, people will only ask about your job. In JVP, people will ask about anything, what you do, what you wear, what you eat. Yeah. So it's a very important role. You're constantly under the scrutiny. The interview is not just one. You're getting interviewed every time, every day. What did you do? Why you did it that way? Why didn't you do it that way? So it's a sign of engagement as a community. And these 5 stalwarts we have chosen, they applied. There was no pressure on them. Obviously, the conversations happened. There are many more capable people in the community. They've decided to, okay, my time will also come. You need to come forward. The organization has to run. Sunil Bhai and myself, we're thinking we might retire sooner. Rajesh think I want to be the first one to retire. No. We have serious responsibility for the Perivale. So we really need this younger generation to come forward. There has been a lot of deliberations with Board of Advisory and wider consultation, following which an application form, an interview process. I've got some pictures as well. They went through a proper process, and following that, with majority unanimously almost, we have chosen the 5 great candidates, and I'm going to invite each of them. So there will be somebody introducing them, and then they will also be able to give their speech, what they're looking for in their tenure. So may I invite Asu uncle, who will announce the appointment of Shubham Jain. Please, it was you, uncle, and Manik uncle, कि शुभम तो बनना ही चाहिए, शुभम तो बनना ही चाहिए. आप या फिर आप आए, मानिक अंकल आप आइए, प्लीज आइए. Just say a few things about Shubham, what an inspiring character, the amount of work he has done for the community, and he's got 20 more years to give.
Jeet's asked me to say something, but it's all visible to you. I mean, he's the constant feature here, behind the scenes, very quiet, calm. So a true example of a Jain. Very unassuming, but behind the scenes of every event, you see the hand of Shubham. And that's why this post is truly deserved. Omar. Shubham.
Thanks a lot, Jeet. Thanks a lot, Mankan. Thanks a lot, everyone. I didn't know. I mean, I'll have to go first.
Somebody else.
I was deliberately preparing the presentation, and I had kept myself last so that I can at least hear what others have to say. But anyhow, so Jai Jirendra, everyone again, and firstly, my humble reverence to our respective Gurudev, Samnijis, fellow trustees, committee members, volunteers, elders, and everyone present today. There is a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. that has always been with me. The ultimate measure of a person is not where they stand in the moments of comfort and convenience, but where they stand at times of challenge and commitment. It reminds us of a simple truth, that doing nothing is always easier than doing something. In fact, even nature works that way if you think about it. Left alone, everything tends towards the easiest path. In physics as well, systems naturally move towards lower energy state. It takes energy to build, to create, to organize, and to grow. It takes effort to resist the easy option of doing nothing. Choosing to become a trustee is certainly not choosing the easier path. It is choosing greater responsibility, greater accountability, and a greater commitment of time. And all of it is about choosing an opportunity to serve. It's an opportunity to do seva. For many years, I have had the privilege of serving in JVB London as a part of the executive committee. During that journey, I have witnessed many different phases. There were times when activities were happening almost every week, and when volunteers worked day and night, treating every event as if ki unke ghar ki shaadi ho. Rashmi, was I just looking at you? giving everything that they had without expecting anything in return. There were also phases when enthusiasm dipped, when fewer hands came together, and when a small group ended up carrying a much larger share of work. And every single time, the outcome reflected the effort. So when Seva increased, participation increased. And when volunteers came together, the organization flourished. Today, if this hall feels smaller every year, if every event is fuller than the last, if more families and children are joining us ever than before, it is because of the countless volunteers over the years who chose Seva over comfort. Yet, I believe our success should not be measured only by numbers. The real measure of success is whether our next generation remains connected to our values. Most of us are raising our children here in UK. They've got endless opportunities, endless choices, but most importantly, they've got endless distractions. So as Shiksha keeps reminding me that we cannot expect them to remain connected to Gyaan values simply because we hope they will. Communities do not survive by accident. They survive because people build them. They survive because people volunteer, and they survive because people do seva. So if we want our children to stay connected to Jainism, to our culture, to our elders, and to our traditions, then the responsibility starts with us. We cannot ask the next generation to participate if we ourselves remain spectators. For me, seva as a trustee is the answer. When we serve the community, we are not doing community as a favor. The community indeed is giving us an opportunity to grow and our children to stay connected. That's why I feel honored, not burdened, to accept the responsibility of serving as a trustee. My sincere request to everyone here is, please don't think that Seva belongs only to trustees or committee members, but JVB London has reached where it is today because hundreds of volunteers, families, parents, and children have contributed over very many years. Likewise, everything that you give, every event that you support, and every small responsibility that you take, these are all the building blocks of the community we all want to leave behind. If we want JVB London to continue to grow, not just in size, but in values, then each one of us has a role to play. And hence, I look forward to walking in this journey with all of you. Now, I'd like to conclude with a beautiful teaching from Jain tradition, Paraspar Graho Jivana. So this is soul renders service and support to one another. The timeless principle reminds us that service is not separate from spirituality. It is one of its highest expressions. So with that, thanks again for giving this opportunity, and I hope that we'll all work together in the near future. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Shubham. You know, all the 5 trustees I have chosen, some of you may not believe, but in my mind, they're all chairman worthy. And that's what, they will see. There's a speed at which we need to get stuff done and move things forward. And hopefully we may have a woman chairman in future as well. Why not? So may I invite Dr. Sunil Dugar to announce the appointment of Rashmi Bengani.
Thank you, Jeet. As a lot of things have been said by Subham, how JVB evolved, and last executive committee, which was the first one in JVB, and Subham and Rasmi, they successfully not only formed with so many good and great volunteers, but also performed to the highest level. About Rasmi, what to say? No, I want to say more than Rasmi. so Rasmi definitely not only bring perfection, dedication. So like Dharam, Karam, and Sharam. Sharm, whatever the pronunciation. Yeah, of course. So, so, so joke apart. I want to be serious about Rasmi. So please, so Rasmi, come forward and say a few words about, and definitely, I'm really proud that you are joining trustee board.
Thank you so much, Sunil. Jai Jinendra, everyone. I pay my reverence to the 24 Tirthankars and all our gurus, Acharya Mahashraman ji ko Shat Shat Vandana. Sare यहाँ बैठे, all the guests, सारे बड़ों को pranam. Today it's really a great day. It's an honor and privilege to stand before you today as I begin my journey as a trustee of Jain Vishwa Bharati. It wasn't easy, I must say, and Jeet rightly put it, it was quite grilling to sit here and give an interview in front of 5 trustees, each asking 2 difficult questions. It lasted 45 minutes. So there was no nepotism. I did attended a good process, to get here. Anyway, so you all have seen me in the post of secretary for the last 3 years and as a Gyaan Shala teacher for over around 8 years. I've had the privilege of working closely with many dedicated individuals, all of you here, and being part of the journey of seva, commitment, and dedication that continues to strengthen our organization. Over the last few years, I've been really fortunate to serve under the guidance of respected Samnijis. Through their teachings, wisdom, and encouragement, I have gained valuable knowledge and had the unique opportunity to work in close proximity with them. Their guidance has deepened my understanding of values, strengthened my spiritual journey, and inspired me to serve our community with greater dedication and humility. When I look back at my own journey, I feel truly blessed. I was born into a Shwetambar Mandir Margi family, and little did I know that life would take me on a beautiful path where I would become part of a Terapan family through marriage and have the privilege of serving Jain Vishwa Bharati London in this capacity today. This journey has taught me that although our traditions may have their own unique identities, the essence of Jainism remains the same: seva, humility, spiritual growth, and dedication to our values. To be given the opportunity to serve as a trustee of JVB is not something I take lightly. It is a responsibility I accept with gratitude and humility. These experiences, both as a Gyanshala teacher and as a secretary, have given me a deeper appreciation of the dedication, teamwork, and spirit of seva that have built and sustained JVB over the years. They've also shaped the person I am today and strengthened my commitment to continue serving our community. I'm deeply humbled by the trust that has been placed in me and look forward to learning from and working alongside my fellow trustees as we continue serving our community. I'm fortunate to serve alongside an exceptional team, our co-chairs, G. Dilaria, who brings boundless energy, enthusiasm, and a dynamic approach that inspires everyone around him, and Dr. Sunil Dugar complements this perfectly with his exceptional communication skills, thoughtful leadership, and ability to unite people around a common vision. I'm also delighted to be working alongside my fellow trustees, Jay Haran, Pankaj Kothari, Shubham Jain, Amit Baid, Amit Garg, and Rupali Dugar. Each of them brings unique experience, skills, perspective, and I look forward to collaborating with them as we work towards a common goal of strengthening and growing JVB. Today, I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to some of our senior leaders who have dedicated more than a decade of selfless service to JVB. Hasubhai Vora, Manikji Choraria, Rajesh Ji, Pragna Ben Damani, they've all given immense amounts of their time, effort, wisdom, and dedication to help shape JVB into the organization it is today. While some have moved on from trustee roles and now serve on the board of advisory, their contribution to JVB continues. Through their guidance, encouragement, and willingness to share their experience, they remain an invaluable part of our journey. Their commitment reminds us that Seva does not end up with a title. It is a lifelong dedication to a cause greater than ourselves. As a new trustee, I do not see my role as starting something new, but rather as building upon the strong foundations laid by those who came before us. I have tremendous respect for what has already been achieved, and my aspiration is to work with all of you to take those achievements even further. I'm also delighted to welcome our newly formed executive committee team of 13 dedicated members. I'm eager and excited to see what this new team will bring to JVB. Under the leadership of Mihir Shah as head of executive committee, supported by Pradeepji Tater as vice head, Dhara Shah as secretary, and Jimit Bhai as joint secretary, I'm confident that JVB is entering an exciting new chapter filled with fresh ideas, energy, and innovation. Many of you know me through the various events and activities I've been involved in over the years. Moving from the role of secretary to trustee does not change my passion or commitment to serving JVB. I will continue to be actively involved in events with the same enthusiasm and dedication as before. The difference now is that my role will increasingly be to support, mentor, and guide those leading these initiatives, helping them succeed, and empowering more people to take ownership and leadership within our organization. One of the most significant milestones in our journey is the development of a new center, Perivale. As we move through this important phase, we will need more than ever before the support of our entire JVB family. Whether through your time, expertise, ideas, seva, or encouragement, every contribution will help bring this vision to life. Before I conclude, I would also like to express my deepest gratitude to my family. My journey with JVB would not have been possible without the constant support and encouragement of my family, my husband, and children. Their patience, understanding, and willingness to share me with the community have given me the strength and wisdom to serve with dedication and passion. There's a common saying that behind every successful man is a woman. But in my case, behind a successful woman that you see is my husband. He's my silent pillar of support, and he may not always be at the forefront, but behind every commitment I've made to JVB, his encouragement and belief in me have been invaluable. His connection with JVB stems from a deep family legacy through his babusa, Shri Chanji Bengani, who served as Adhyaksha of JVB Ladnu years back. The values of seva, devotion, and commitment have always been deeply rooted in this family. To my children, thank you so much for your understanding and encouragement throughout the years. There have been many occasions when JVB commitments took me away from family time, yet you always supported me with love and patience. I'm incredibly proud of the individuals you have become today, and I hope that through my journey of seva, I've shown you the importance of selfless service, humility, and contributing to something greater than ourselves. And I promise that when the next generation in our family comes along, I'll be there to shower my grandchildren with all the love, time, and attention they deserve. JVB is entering a very exciting chapter, but combining the wisdom and experience of our senior members and with the enthusiasm and fresh perspectives of our newer volunteers and new team, executive committee, and trustees, I believe we can continue to strengthen our community and expand our impact. Together, let us honor the achievements of the past, embrace the opportunities of the present, and build an even brighter future for JVB and future generations. Thank you for your trust, your support, and your continued seva. Thank you.
What an inspiring speech, and thanks to the entire family. I'm sure Srichanji is smiling, seeing the bow reaching this post, and congratulations to the entire family. And Sanjay, thanks for your support. I wish every husband was like that. Okay, thank you. So may I now call upon Rajesh ji? I know you are 60, but you can come and take the stage, please. And he's going to announce Amit Garg. There's no particular order, whoever is, yeah. So please, Rajesh ji.
Thank you very much, Jeet. First thing first, Jeet, who told you I'm 60? You need to have the right information. So neither my weight nor my height permits me to tell you that I'm 60. A very warm good morning to everyone. What a marvelous event today. It's a long journey. Started with few people. Looking at 100 in this hall gives an immense pleasure to us. The enormous contribution of people like Vinod Bhai, Manik ji, Hasu Bhai, Rakesh ji, apart from the committee members, which cannot be illustrated but has been recorded, at least in my mind. Every single step we walked, they were together with us. I was been asked to introduce Amitji Garg. You already heard him, so there is no question of any introduction. But all I would like to say is the way he showed peacock dancing in Ladnu, we have got one peacock dancing in London. And that's Mr. Amit Garg. What do I talk about him? Let me think. So, one person whom I can think of who has no conflict of interest or difference of opinion on any topic and every topic is Amit Garg. He is extremely close to Acharya Shri. Probably I'll have to wait for a couple of days or hours to have a darshan of Acharya Shri. If you're along with him, you get a VIP treatment. You just go straight and talk to Acharya Shri. That's the kind of reach and approach. Somebody was asking, accommodation ke liye kya karna hai? Accommodation ke kuch nahi karna hai. You just need to say that I know Mr. Amit Garg. Can I request Amit ji to come and say a few words, please? Omaram.
Thank you, Rajesh ji. I hope जो राजेश जी ने बोला रिकॉर्डिंग हो रहा है ना ना अच्छा मेरे बारे में पहली बार किसी ने बोला एंड जैसे शुभम बोल रहा था कि ऑर्डर आई थिंक अगर वैसे पहले ये लोग नहीं जाते तो बेटर रहता और इतना अच्छा स्पीच होने के बाद इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू कम हियर इवन टॉक व्हेन रश्मि का स्पीच चल रहा था मैं चैट जीपीटी से स्पीच दोबारा प्रिपेयर कर रहा था नॉट इवन जोकिंग but I think time was too short. I'll just go with whatever I had. And वो मेरे mind में था इन दोनों का सुन के वो सब like उड़ गया. But yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. And like to be honest, I was not even sure whether it's the right time or not. But there was like an overwhelming motivation from a lot of people, especially from the existing trustees, which I just could not ignore, and I had to give a lot of thought process into that, and finally, the deadline for the form was 5 p.m. and I submitted it 4:40 or something. So yeah, but I had to. Yeah, I mean, for me, again, the GVB connection is just, there are two main things. It's like Guru Seva and Sangh Seva. I always feel JVB in London is in some ways or forms, is a representation of Gurudev here. because we have Samniji here, which are a true representation of Gurudev here. And whatever we do here, we are able to do via Samniji. It's like indirectly we are doing Guru Seva. By the way, I'm becoming incredibly comfortable on stage. Yeah? So this is also good. So, which was not the case earlier. So, yeah. So, earlier like many years back, we used to live in Canary Wharf, which was very far from here. So the commute was very long. And then I think once I had gone to India for Gurudev Darshan, and he actually indirectly inspired for getting involved with the community, not just doing all the spiritual things, which anyway like I was doing and continue to do a little bit, like, but giving something back to the community. He mentioned like you are in IT and whatever you do, so whatever little you can do, this is very important to be connected with the community. So that's something really stuck with me, because you don't have many opportunities in life where Gurudev directly, tells you something to do. So like from there, we just because of JVB and Ditya and all, we moved somewhere closer, Stanmore. But yeah, so I can just say like thank you so much for this opportunity, and I hope I can continue to do whatever I have been doing, although the role and the title might change. But I hope and wish my passion for JVB Seva and Guru Seva, that doesn't change. And just one thing I wanted to also share about the interview. So Jeet called me, said it's fine, there's nothing, you just come. Simple chat interview will happen. I had my office issue going on, and I just left the office issue and I came here. I entered from there. There were like 5 chairs, 2 big table. On the other side, 1 chair, 1 table. Like, Baba, ये क्या चल रहा है इधर? IAS का interview क्या है? मैं जीत को देखा, जीत just went out from that door. He was like not even interested to talk about this setup. So, and then like Rashmi said, I was here almost for 50 minutes. And the questions were like proper interview questions. In my 15 years of professional life, I have never been in an interview with 5 panelists sitting. So that was first, and I hope it's last. So thank you so much. That's it. Thank you.
But,
That was just the beginning, Amit. You're interviewed by 5 people. Look, today you're being interviewed by 100 people. See, the scale just magnifies. So may I welcome Amit. May I now call upon Pankajji Kothari, who has been given the honor to appoint Amit Vaid. Please, Amit, come forward as well. Pankajji is our new trustee, and he can also share his experience. A 9-month-old baby now, 9 months. So please come, Pankajji.
Om everyone. Jai Jirendra. Now you can see old 9-month baby standing in front of you. First of all, thank you everyone for coming and making this event successful. Manik ji, ji, everyone like executive committee members, and this event looks like is going. Jeet's continuous pressures. Everyone can feel how Jeet is forcing and making the life so nice. Everyone says trustee. All the new trustees will feel the pressure shortly. So I'm not scaring. I'm not scaring. This is just inviting speech. Coming to Amit ji, there is again there is Amit and Amit. So we manage like the Amit square here. So there is Amit ji also. No need any introductions here. He is more associated with JVB than me even. Is very long. One thing I would like to say Amit ji about is his commitment. Since last 9 months, I have seen his commitment is literally on every Perivale, everywhere. Like we were Saturday, when I'm there, I can see Amitji's face. Most of other people are also there, but Amitji is continuously. Saturday, I'm there. Don't worry, I'm there on the Saturday. Whatever it times will take, I'll be there. So one is continuous commitment, coming and giving to the JVB. is tremendous for he is also associated with Jito. So I think he was I'm not sure, but he was a kind of executive. Sorry, I apologize about that. He was vice chair at Jito, and maybe he's still associated with Jito, and his support to the JVB is really unforgettable, and he's continuously giving. So I would like to welcome, without taking much time, Amit ji, please say a few words and start your journey.
Thank you, Pankaj. First of all, I think, there was more Jito he was saying than JVB. But, people say that, JVB is very close to our heart, so एक शरीर है तो एक आत्मा है, so whichever way it is, but आत्मा definitely JVB में है. First of all, आचार्य श्री महाश्रमण जी के चरणों में शत वंदन. जय जिनेंद्र to Board of Advisory, co-chairman, or fellow trustees and the executive members. It is indeed a great honor to be part of the newly appointed trustee board here. And I'll say it is a pivotal moment in the history of JVB, and especially also coincides with the expansion of the board of trustees as well, and plus the executive committee. I accept this responsibility, humility, and deep sense of commitment. JVB, as I already said, is very close to my heart. It's not just because I was born in a Theravada family, but it is an institution that upholds and propagates the timeless values of Jainism. As we have always talked about Jainism, three things comes into our mind: is ahimsa, ekantvad, and aparigraha. It is a place of spiritual grounding, community engagement, and Gyaan, which has immensely helped my children as well. And it's a true sense of belonging here overall. It's a vibrant community, it's a family. To be entrusted with this role is in helping his future is not only an honor, but it's a great responsibility as well. It's about listening, it's about building consensus, it's about leaving the organization stronger than you have come into it. Although by profession, I work in investment management industry, which is highly regulated. That's why you won't see when I talk, I may be very careful on that. That's part of things always, but don't take me wrong on that. But I try to make as sound decisions as possible, and also integrity, which is definitely going to help JVB in the long term. And we are in London, we are very fortunate to have a vibrant Jain community with more than 35 organizations. And we have recently heard Vinod Bhai as well from Mahavir Foundation. So that's the kind of resource that we have got it. And each plays their important role in preserving our heritage and culture of Jainism. And within this landscape, JVB occupies a distinct and vital place. It's because we have got some of the core competencies and unique resources. A unique resource is our presence of Samnijis year-round. Although they are away, as Amit has alluded in the morning, for the Yogesham verse, they will be back early next year. But you all have come across that for the last 2 decades or more. Samnijis has been constantly present here. And it's their wisdom, their compassion, quiet dedication, and extraordinary gift to our community, which really attracts me the most. And it's for every generation, young and old alike. As we have already said about Jeet's nature and everything in terms of getting the people get to the work, I already got the objectives much before I got formally appointed today. So I'll be talking about some of the objectives that we'll be working on it, and I've done some homework here. In terms of the governance, Perivale project, fundraising, and community engagement side of things. So governance is a very key part of it. We don't realize it's a charitable organization, and it needs to be run with the highest standard of integrity, transparency, accountability that you have seen with the entire recruitment process at the moment. And Perivale project, we have been breathing it day in, day out, and almost everyone has talked about it is a quantum jump for JVB London in terms of creating a facility that reflects its aspirations, devotions, and future of our growing community. Fundraising is a key part of it, not just related to overall day-to-day, but also building a sustainable financial foundation that will flourish and serve our generations to come. Hence, the Perivale project is extremely important to secure that level. And all I would say that, in none of these ambitions can be achieved by one individual. Okay, it requires a team and expanded board, and the EC members and all others will be very key in working towards these goals. And I've extremely been fortunate working over decades with Hasubai, Manik Uncle, who are a part of the advisory board, our co-chairman, G. Teleria and Sunil. They've been great inspirations, and fellow trustees, Pankaj, Jai Haran, Pragnaben, who is in the advisory board right now. Rajesh ji, definitely, he's a great orator, great inspiration again, and the newly appointed trustees as well. All I would say that I've also been very fortunate to have got support of my family. My parents are also great devoted Jains, and my wife Suman and Rishik and Urvish, my children, they all have been very heavily involved with JVP and been supporting me day in, day out. And thanks again for entrusting for me to become a trustee, which I'm doing.
Thank you, Amit. Welcome on board. Look, I think even your son came to hear your speech. Yeah, you cheered your daddy up. He cheers you every day. Okay, so yeah, in Amit's case, sadly, he lost his Nanaji recently, and on the day of the deadline of the application, you get conflicted. You're in that disturbed situation. All of a sudden, you have to travel, and I had to pick up a call. I was hesitant, but I appreciate you going through that. If you get 2 minutes from your flight, whether before you depart or when you reach, please submit your application. And he did do that. So nice of him, and he did not steered away. And welcome, Amit. So our final trustee, who couldn't be here today, I think you all know who I'm referring to, Dr. Rupali Dugar, wife of Dr. Sunil Dugar. She's also been very keen to get on the board, always been there as a support. And she's one of the longest serving out of the new trustees. And she has done some amazing projects like retreat, medical camp, one of a very qualified person. And she cares deeply about JVP. And when I look upon any individual, whether it's Amit or Rashmi, I look as a family, as a unit, how much they contribute, when a trustee comes along, the whole family comes along with it. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome an appointment of Dr. Rupali Dugar. She couldn't be here. She's apologized, and hope you will see her more. And she cares deeply about Gyanshala. That's her one of the passions. She really wants to see the Gyanshala thriving, like many of them. And she will work with the lot of Gyanshala teachers, etc. Okay, thank you. So with that, now I move on to next round of appointments. Shubham, where you are. So I'm going to move on the Executive Committee 2026 appointment. Yeah. So may I call upon the first appointed person, Mihir Shah. Mihir has kindly taken on the role. He would like to say a few words. And then I'm going to invite Pradeepji Tater. You can see children are waiting. They've come from a very busy sports activity. So Mihir, please welcome. Just with a phone call, he's accepted this responsibility. He's brand new to JVP, but he's done so many things in his previous life, which has attracted him to be given the post. Thank you.
Thank you, Jai Jinendra, to everybody. This role has just landed in my lap the last 3 or 4 days. I was not expecting this role. When I last spoke to Jeet, I said, you're coming up with this Perivale project. So if you need any risk and compliance support, I can help you out with it. You don't worry about it. I'll come in and do it. But I didn't expect that I have to now take up the role of actually doing or executing it. So it's a real honor, first of all. I'm quite new to JVB, born Gyaan, but not so much closer to it. But I've known Jeet for some years, and I've visited this place in some form or the other, uh, uh, mostly because of my wife, uh, who is far more, I would say, outgoing in our family. Uh, so it's a real honor and privilege to stand before you today as the newly appointed head of executive committee of JVB London. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the trustees and everyone who has placed their faith in me, and all the past trustees or the new trustees that have been appointed and the past executive committee. I look forward to work with you, especially Shubham. I know I have to fill in big shoes, so I need to work very closely with him. And Pradeep ji is over there, so we have only had half an hour chat over the meeting day before yesterday. But talking about Jeet, as everybody's talking about Jeet, Jeet was very forcefully pushing me towards this role. I would say that I was invited on Friday evening for a meeting, and I thought that I was a listener to the meeting, and at 4:30 I was told, "No, you are presenting the deck," and I was like, "I'm not sure what I'm doing, but thanks for pushing it. I'll try to do my best ongoing about doing all of this. I don't want to bore everybody with a big speech. I think my most important responsibility at this stage is the Perivale project, and I'm looking forward to it. I'll bring in my expertise into it and how to do it, what to do with it, and predominantly around grants. I know in the last meeting I've been asked to review the constitution, which we'll review together, and based on that we can then apply for grants accordingly, so that there's less pressure on the community and we have more activities and more things available for all the children. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Meher. Welcome on board. May I quickly invite the newly formed executive committee? I'm conscious the children are waiting. They're just hungry and come from the sports activity. So Pradeep ji Tated has been announced as the deputy head. Pradeep ji come, and Dara Anshuman, she's been announced as the secretary. Jimit Bhai Shah as the joint secretary. Please come along. Manishi Kotari as the treasurer. Meenakshi ji and Meena Ben Gandhi. Please come on, please come along. And Meher Bhai, please take one very quick photo. Manishi Kotari and any other executive committee team. Saurabh Bothra is going to look after the Perivale. Neeta Ben and her grandchild, both been appointed. And who else is Meenakshi ji, please, and Meena ji, Meena Ben, please come along. So please congratulate the newly formed executive committee. Jay Bardia, Jay has come from Sutton. He's going to look after the governance. Meena Ben, please. There is a seat. I will move out. Thank you. Congratulations all. And again, they've been through a process as well, an application form and interview too. Thank you. So let's have a photo for them, please. Okay, thank you. May I now hand over to Prachi? She put the gun on my head, and this is the Gyanshala time. This was the main purpose of today. So Krita, she has kindly accepted as a Gyanshala coordinator role, and she's going to inspire us. We really need youth like Krita to come along and run this organization. Krita, welcome.
Thank you, Jeet Uncle, and thank you to Rashmi Auntie and Prachi who have helped me come into this position. I'll give a bit of background about myself, about how I came into Gyaan Shala, and then how I came to be teaching these lovely children. So I started at JVB when I was probably 4 or 5 years old. My parents used to bring me here back when we were in Stanmore doing Paryushan. And then I kind of stayed along with JVB. I've seen all of the Samnijis so far that have come through in the last 20 years. And then COVID hit. And during COVID, I was joining the Gyaan Shala lessons as a student. And then I asked Shikshaji, I was like, can I help? And she said, yes. So that's how I willingly or unwillingly started teaching at JVB. We used to run lots and lots of events back in the day when everything was online, including Hindi lessons, Halloween parties, whatnot, you name it, and we were doing it. We had so much free time during the pandemic. Everything was happening. And then afterwards, since we've come back, we've become a hybrid model. So we're teaching Gyaan Shala in person on Friday evenings, and then we're also doing it online as well. So as part of that, I've been teaching with the Arham group, I think, for 5 years now, which is a very long time for me to think about or even say. It doesn't feel like 5 years, it feels a lot shorter. But alongside that, aside from my achievements, the support from Prachi and Rashmi ji and Shiksha Auntie and all of our lovely teachers has been incredible. The amount of time and effort that goes into preparing these lessons, preparing these slides, and of course, all of the teachers but the parents as well, who are making sure that their kids are sitting online, they're not, running around, they're actually practicing things, is incredible. As Gyaan Shala coordinator, people are saying that. I don't like the term. I like to just be a Gyaan Shala teacher. As Gyaan Shala teacher, I think my main thing is, I see, especially with Arham group children, you can't really teach them any practices. You can't really teach them scriptures. They're not going to learn the scriptures. They're not going to know what that means. So for them, it's more teaching them the Jain stories, teaching them the principles about kindness, about compassion. My belief is, no matter what religion you are, you could be Jain, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, whatever you are, you need to be having these morals and principles when you're growing older, because otherwise, as a community, as a society, as humanity, who are living in London, which is very diverse, we're not going to be able to live with each other unless we have those principles. And I've been able to see that, especially with our home group. You can kind of see that every week someone comes along and they're telling a new story about kindness, about compassion, how they helped their friend, how they didn't kill an insect. And even at a young age, if they can learn that and they can take that into Gyaan and Darshan group, it's always really positive to see. So thank you, Jeet Uncle and Prachi Auntie and Rashmi Auntie for giving this stage. But I really hope that we can continue to improve on it. So now we're going to do a little bit of a presentation. We've just had our sports day. We had some incredible activities, some fun games. We already had a little session for the prize ceremony. A lot of you may have missed that. Sorry about that. You might see the pictures later in the JVB group, but we'll now do certificates for our different students across the years. So I'll ask Shiksha Auntie to come onto stage, please. Ashika Auntie to come onto stage with the certificates, please. हाँ प्राची जी आप भी आज
Prachi, we would like you to be on stage as
Parents, we really need a big Om Haram. The appreciation for them is the key. So please, any child comes up, a big Om Haram from you. We'll have proper lunch. I swear Rashmi has done a great preparation. So please.
Probably I would like to start with thanking all the parents here, because you are the backbone for the Gyaan Shala. If you don't send your kids to the Gyaan Shala, there is no Gyaan Shala. But at the same time, I think a lot of effort has gone on, like for last 8 years approximately, wherein we have tried to bring in newness to the Gyaan Shala each time, trying to upgrade the syllabus also. And there are many more teachers sitting there who are not on stage. For example, Rajni is there. There are many other volunteers, many other volunteer teachers who just support us at the back of it. So it's, the credit doesn't go to this entire team, but it's like many more. unknown, like uncalled names. So we'll start over handing.
And thanks to the children, or thanks to all the children who always comes to a show up.
Okay, we'll start handing over the certificates. We'll start with the Gyaan group.
Arham group.
And we'll request the kids. Kids, kindly come onto the stage, get your certificate, and go back. Then we'll have a consolidated picture together. Okay?
Yeah. The first one is Advay. Advay. Is he online? Okay. Okay. Advay is a very bright and quick learner who grasps the things, the new concepts very quickly. His curiosity, intelligence, and ability to learn quickly makes him a joy to teach and watch growing up. Second,
Arav.
Okay.
Arav is enthusiastic and expressive child who enjoys engaging with others and asking thoughtful questions. His curiosity and confidence brings energy to the classroom and loves participating in conversations and activities.
Bhavya. Online. Okay. Bhavya is a very bright child, showing a very positive attitude. She is calm, gentle, peaceful.
So when we say
Next
about
is-
online, so we don't only cater for the people living in London or outer part of London. There are lots of kids who joins from Netherlands, Switzerland, Sydney. So
Germany.
yeah, Scotland. So many kids are online who can't commute here. Even the kids who live locally had some prior commitments and they could not come here.
Yeah.
But still a big omaram to all of them.
Yeah.
Next one, we have Chehek.
Okay. Next one is Chehek.
She is very smart, intelligent, very chulbuli girl, and who enjoys challenging herself. And she grasps new concepts very quickly and approaches every task with confidence and enthusiasm. And we saw her doing fabulously today in all the races. So congratulations, Chehek.
Oh my God. Next comes Diansh. Diansh asks thoughtful questions, has shown excellent progress throughout the lesson. He has a very strong understanding of concepts, especially topics like Indriya. Om Arham Diansh.
Next, we have Dhriti. Dhriti is online. Dhriti is lovable and cheerful student who always brings a smile to the class with her funny stories. She attends lessons regularly and contributes to a happy and positive learning environment. Congratulations, Dhriti.
Next comes is Kyra. Kyra is also online student. She asks excellent questions, then reflect her curiosity, eagerness to learn. She has incredible memory. She learns things very quickly. Next comes is Kamnia, Kitu.
She's online. She's dialed in actually.
She is also online. She is taking class from Switzerland. She manages to attend every single lesson from Switzerland. She has very good memory and memorizes the Gyaan Shalagit very, very fast.
And if anyone doesn't know, Switzerland's of course 1 hour ahead. So when we're teaching, we might think, oh, it's only 7:30. For her, it's 8:30. It's past her bedtime. Sometimes she's sleepy in the lessons as well, but she always comes every single week. And you know, her parents do motivate her to come. So big Ormo to her.
Big Ormo.
Next, we have Kahan. Kahan is here. Kahan is highly intelligent. He's quiet, but he is thoughtful student who understands new concepts very quickly. He is quiet and focused, and his nature allows him to learn effectively and contributes positively to the class.
Oh my God.
Congratulations.
Next comes is Nia. Nia is very sweet and a kind of student who brings warmth to the classroom. She asks thoughtful questions that show her curiosity and eagerness to learn so much. Om Arham Nia.
Next, we have Pash. I think Pash is online. He's the youngest member in the Arham group, and he participates with still very great enthusiasm. He knows the Gyanshala song well and is always eager to answer questions with his hands always raised and ready to contribute. So well done, Pash.
Pash is only 3 years and he's the one who knows the whole Gyanshala here. It's very good. So it can start at any tender age.
Next, I think we can move to the Gyaan groups to certificates.
Arav. Arav is an online student. He is always calm, quiet, attentive student who learns with focus and dedication. His thoughtful and silent approach helps him steadily build a strong understanding of new concepts.
Next is Adi. He's also online. He joins us from Manchester, and he's again a very bright Gyanshala student. He's very punctual and always ready to learn. He actively participates in the class, always here, has his hands up, and eagerly contributes to the discussions. He was the youngest person. I mean, I am seeing him coming to the class since he was probably 4 years old. So again, like
He's
a very
progressed well.
keen Gyanshala child.
Next comes is Ayansh. Ayansh is very smart and keen learner who shows great enthusiasm for learning. He asks thoughtful questions always. And he's very curious and has strong understanding of the topics. Omar Ham.
And both Ayansh and his sister, they both ask questions and sometimes ask me trick questions. Right, Ayansh? I'm not able to answer all those questions, but good. Keep it up. Keep it up.
And one more thing, hats off to the family, to the parents, Vikesh ji, Ankita ji, who've driven all the way from Kent just to attend today's Gyaan Utsav. So that shows the dedication of the parents. Yeah. That's very
Omar
good.
Ham.
Omar Ham. Next is Avyan. Avyan is again online. Yep. He's also very smart and enthusiastic learner who impresses everyone with the confidence and the abilities. Though he is a very small child, it's like chota packet, bada dhamaka. Both Avyan and Aryana, they are absolutely wonderful, like brother sister who are there in the Gyanshala Gyaan group.
Aryana. Aryana is Avyan's sister, the same. For the family, there is a big Om Haram. They are showing the great commitment to learning. She is very curious learner who enjoys healthy competition and actively participates in class with great enthusiasm.
About Arina, so she joined Arham group when she was 3 or 4 years old with Abhiyan, and then she learned so much that she also got to progress to Gyaan group with Abhiyan. I think she's probably one of your youngest members, I think, but she always raise her hand, and if you pick Abhiyan before her, she gets very upset, so you have to make sure that you're picking her.
Yes. Next one is Devit. Again, he's online. He's again a very keen learner and who actively participates in every lesson with enthusiasm. He also is one of those people who ask me trick questions. He confidently answers the questions and shows a genuine interest in understanding new concepts.
Next comes Isha. Isha is online or
she's online?
She is also online student. She is very talented and a keen learner who approaches every lesson with a great enthusiasm. Her melodious voice and wonderful guitar performance reflect her confidence, dedication, and natural talent in her.
I think most of you would have seen Isha. She did a fabulous medley
performance she did here.
Right. Okay, next one we have Krisha. Krisha Kanuga. Krisha, she is very active and enthusiastic student, very quiet, but brings lots of energy to every lesson. A quick learner, I would say, and who grasps the new concepts easily and participates with confidence. Congratulations.
Omar Krisha.
Got it from her dad.
Next comes is Labdhi. Labdhi is quite and thoughtful student with a sharp and intelligent mind. She is quick learner who understands new concepts with ease and applies them confidently.
Oh my God.
Next is Leona. Again, very intelligent. I must say all the girls are far better in Gyanshala compared to the boys. So boys, you need to be more proactive in Gyanshala. But yes, Leona is again intellectually and very curious child and explores new ideas. She asks thoughtful questions and reflects her deep understanding and eagerness to learn. So, congratulations.
Next comes is Nivan. Nivan, is he there?
No,
Nivan is online. He is the youngest member of the group, of the Gyaan group. Has impressed everyone with his intelligence and enthuse for learning. He grasps new concepts quickly and participates with confidence beyond his years.
Yes, Nivan is also, he joins from Germany. So when he was in Home group, he'd give me half his answers in German. So I think I left a little bit of Dutch. But no, he's progressed very quickly as well to Gyaan.
So how many words you learned in German?
None that I can remember.
Next is Sia. She is like a talented all-rounder Gyanshala girl who we remember for dance performance, for plays, speech, anything. I mean, you would see
Who
her for
doesn't
most
know?
of the children performances in Gyanshala.
Who doesn't
So
know
she's
Sia?
everyone knows Sia and Bua. So
Thank you, Anshla.
Why
Bua.
talented है तो
No DNA designated.
We keep it separate. She's talented by herself.
I know. So she's talented, proactive learner who excels in both academics and creative activities. Her outstanding acting skills, excellent performance in the final exam, and enthusiasm for learning make her a remarkable student. So she was the one who secured the first place in our final Gyanshala exams.
Sia. So next comes the boys in Darshan group, Siddhant. Gyaan group. Sorry, Gyaan group. Siddhant comes in the Gyaan group. Siddhant is very intelligent and enthusiastic student who actively participates in every lesson. He shows great interest in learning and contributes positively to the classroom discussions. Arham Siddhant.
You're taller than me. Oh.
Next is Suhani. Suhani is again online. She joins us from Germany. She used to be the most talkative student in my class, but I mean, over the period of time, her talking has slightly gone down and her learning has increased. And many a times, because of like 1 hour difference between UK and Germany, she's sleepy. So, but yes, she is very expressive student and has a great energy in the class. She attends every lesson and she's the most punctual person in my class, and she asks really good questions. So congratulations, Suhani.
Suhani. She's probably listening actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually from
Yes, yes.
Switzerland.
Yeah, Suhani, Arham Suhani. So next comes is Vihan in Gyaan group. Vihan is very good learner and a talented actor who brings creativity and enthusiasm to the class. He is intelligent and loves asking questions, shows a genuine curiosity for learning. Arham in Darshan group. Arham is highly intelligent and dedicated student who consistently excels in class and achieved an excellent score. Second position in the exam. He is always ready to help and support others with a positive and enthusiastic approach to learning. Arham.
The thing about Haram is he will be always, Prachanti, how I can help you. So very, very good thing about Haram. He's always eager to help. And he and Sia were just missing with timers on the exam time. So you almost both are the first one for us.
Oh,
Haram.
and he's the only boy who brings ball to JVP. Okay. Next is Anaisha. I see Anaisha here. Again, very smart kid in my class. She is the smartest and the most curious learner. Very calm and composed when she is asking questions, and she asks very relevant questions. And she's always showing like enthusiasm towards learning new things and concepts. And that reflect, I mean, like her questions reflect her genuine understanding of the concepts and eagerness to learn. So congratulations again.
Arham.
So next in the group of boys, we have Ishan.
Everybody knows it.
Everyone knows Ishan.
Struggling in the class.
He's intelligent and keen learner who brings great energy and enthusiasm. He's active participant with lively personality and strong desire to learn. Again, there is a group of 3 boys, 4 boys, everyone would know, who are kind of bit notorious, not much, but they get falls, get scolded by everyone, but they are just bit notorious, not much.
Next comes is Navya.
No, Navya and Anil Golcha, they both are online students.
They both are online student. Okay, they are brother sister.
Yes,
Now,
Nathan.
But in alphabetical order, we'll continue.
okay. So Navya, let me tell you about Navya a bit. Navya is very quiet and thoughtful learner. She listens everything very carefully and she is very focused in the class. Neil is very attentive. Neil is Navya's brother. The whole family, they are very committed to learning. Next comes is Vivan.
Vivan
Kucheria, I think.
He's on for a tournament. Nia, you come again.
Nia is Vivan's sister. Vivan is not here. He has gone for the long tennis tournament. Vivan is very intelligent and quiet learner who approaches lesson with focus and dedication. His calm nature and thoughtful approach help him understand and retain new concepts very effectively.
Omara. Next we have Amey Mehta. Amey is quiet and thoughtful learner who listens carefully and stays focused. His calm approach helps him develop a strong understanding of new concepts.
Amazing.
Amey was here. He was playing.
Amey?
Okay.
So Amey's mom can take the certificate. Mom, come over. We are running short of time.
Just a request, parents, please bear with us. This is the moment for the children to shine. We all can wait a couple of more minutes. Let all the child receive their certificates. Whole year round, they've attended Gyanshala. Teachers have put effort. Let's all wait for the kids. Let them come on stage, take their certificate. Because today is Gyaan Utsav, a celebration of the learning they have gained. So just bear with us few more minutes, please.
We have got the rightful instructions to follow. Cancel करना शुभम वो चला गया
यहाँ से दो cancel है मुझे का touch pad है So next comes here is Virali.
Next is Virali. Virali onto the stage. Virali is enthusiastic and cheerful. So, but she is very quiet. Everyone, boys,
can I have your attention, please?
Please. You all had your...
I think we gave a lot of respect for other presentations, so please could we have the same respect for the Gyanshala presentation? It's only 5 more minutes if we were all to wait patiently. The kids can have their moment and then we can go back to our routine. Thank you. And that goes for you boys as well, okay?
Next is Virali. She is enthusiastic and cheerful learner who is always bringing smile to everyone in the classroom. Her positive attitude and happy nature creates a warm and enjoyable learning environment. I think this comes from your parents, right, Virali? They are also helping everyone.
Thank you.
Virali's brother Bhavik, he is also very intelligent and enthusiastic learner and shows strong eagerness to learn new things. He approaches every lesson with curiosity and positivity. Again, very nice. Thank you so much, Bhavik. Congratulations.
Next comes is Kiansh.
Kiyu.
Everyone knows him by the name Kiyu. Kiyu is very young and enthusiastic learner who always eager to learn new things. He enjoys interacting with others and participates in lessons with a great enthusiasm.
And Kiyu showed a lot of interest today in the lemon and spoon race. Right? He didn't want his lemon to drop, so he was very enthusiastic.
So he was holding it.
Next, we have Urvish. He is intelligent and enthusiastic learner again who shows a great eagerness to learn. His positive attitude and curiosity help him make excellent progress in learning. And this year, Urvish is slightly missing from the classes because he's preparing for 11 plus. So all the best, Urvish.
Parents, please encourage the kids. Say Om Aram.
He's here, but not in the classes.
Next comes is Neil. Neil Dugal, everyone knows him. He is intelligent, attentive learner who listens carefully every lesson. His active listening skills and focus approach help him understand new concepts effectively.
Oh my God.
Neil's a great badminton player.
Tennis as well. He's a great tennis and badminton player. Probably I would hand it over to Prachi for a few words and also Rashmi for a few words.
Prachi and Rashmi.
Prachi.
Jai Jinendra, once again, everyone. Can I request everyone standing at the back, please? थोड़ी देर के लिए, I know आप लोग ने chairs stack कर दिए, but wherever कहीं पे भी chair empty दिखे बैठ जाइए 2 मिनट के लिए. I think उतना बनता है for the person, for the teachers who have dedicated last 8 years in giving the valuable Friday evening for your kids, for our kids. If you can listen, I would request and really appreciate if all the trustees outside could come inside. This is really a time to appreciate the effort of all the parents, of all the children, and of all the teachers who have given so much time for learning. So, Jai Jinendra once again. All the Gyanshala teachers, I would like to warmly welcome all the parents, children, volunteers, and everyone present today for our Gyaan Utsav, our year-end celebration. And it's a special occasion where today we recognize all the efforts which have gone into your children. And I hope you're aware all our children have done a Kahoot exam. It's really fun for them. They really enjoy. It was very competitive. And I would like to say that in today's fast-changing world where children are surrounded by so many influences and distractions, the role of Gyanshala has become even more important. Gyanshala is not just about teaching prayers, scriptures, or religious knowledge, but as you can see, it is nurturing young minds with the principles of Jainism. What our kids are learning is compassion, kindness, humility, discipline, and respect for all living beings. As you can see, and I'm sure you must have noticed over the last few years, if you have children been attending regularly, they've been building strong foundations of values and a sense of identity, especially if you're living in the Western world. It helps them understand the roots while growing confidently in the modern world. Over here in Gyanshala, if you're attending in person as well, the friendships that they've built, the confidence that they've gained through participation year-round, we have through
Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday.
so many programs and events going on, and our children really get to come and shine on the stage thanks to Gyanshala. And the connection that they develop with our Jain community, these are all invaluable gifts that Gyanshala provides. Today, I'd like to express our heartfelt gratitude to all the parents for your continuous love and support, without which we wouldn't be here. Gyanshala wouldn't be running. So thank you for recognizing that importance and for making the effort to bring your children in person here week after week. Your involvement and encouragement play a vital role in shaping their journey and inspiring them to learn, participate, and shine. A special thank you to all our teachers, Rachi, Shiksha, Shikha, and many a times even Rajni has stepped in to teach the children. The time and effort that you have given for Gyanshala is commendable. The love, patience, and commitment. I'm sorry, Krita. I mean, without you, sorry. Without you, we wouldn't be here. The love, patience, and commitment of every teacher, the environment that they create, it's such a happy environment. Especially I know about Krita. I get to hear so many times from parents. All the kids adore you. They love you. The style of teaching that you give, I mean, we are not able to create that same environment. Today also, I would especially like to take a moment to express our deepest appreciation to our Gyanshala coordinator, Mrs. Prachi Mehta. And her selfless seva over the past 8 years has been truly, truly remarkable. For 8 years, Prachi has dedicated her personal time and energy as both coordinator and a teacher, ensuring that Gyanshala runs smoothly and that every child receives an opportunity to participate, learn, express themselves, and shine. Her dedication speaks volumes about her commitment to our children, Gyanshala and JVB. Prachi has been an integral part of JVB. Through her enthusiasm, creativity, and passion, she has created opportunities not only for our children, but as you have seen, she gives all our ladies JVB shine. We've been on so many platforms, be I Trafalgar Square, recently Navnad, Jiman, so many. Gyaan ladies, itna dance not far behind. She's made even all the men of JVB dance to her. Although Prachi has currently chosen not to within JVB, we all know that her heart remains deeply. Her love for the organization and her commitment, our clear, flawless execution of every program she undertook. 8 wonderful years of serving as Gyanshala coordinator, Prachi deserved a break from the coordinator responsibility to give more family. We are extremely grateful that she will continue to serve as a teacher, allowing us to continue benefiting from guidance and enthusiasm. As we look towards the next year, we are grateful that our very own Krita has kindly agreed to support interim coordinator until our new Samnijis take charge. As you've heard from own Krita is truly special and she is extremely talented, exceptionally dedicated and brilliant, and a favorite amongst all. And under her leadership of you all parents, teachers and volunteers, Gyaan will flourish and inspire many more children in the years ahead. Also, I would like to say today, we warmly encourage every feels inspired to come forward and support our teachers. We have to commit to every Friday. We are more than happy even to give 1 hour. It's not too much to ask. I'm really going to enjoy that 1 hour. In these labs, I've learned so much about our own religion, which we need to learn before. And I'm really, really grateful as Samni Pratibha Pragyaji, who started this vision, before we started it. So anyone part of it, please reach out to any one of us teachers. We would appreciate if you could do so. Once again, our teachers, parents, volunteers, and especially Prachi, and dedication. With everyone's support, unity, and endeavor to continue this beautiful journey of Gyanshala together. And a big Om Madam to Prachi. Om Madam. Sorry. I would invite Prachi to please come and say a few it's needed.
It's what I hear from you.
Yeah.
From you.
इसीलिए नहीं बोल रहे थे ओम मैडम to all and Jai Jinendra. And it's a bit of a emotional moment for me. We started it and I'm still here. It doesn't mean anything. Support is important. JVP has always welcomed with an open arms. Anything we did, we want. So thank you so much for everybody. But parents, I really want We pay for all the classes. We go Zumba, we name them. We go there badminton, we go football, but thing that will keep them grounded. Dharam is something that your roots. And flying high is easy, but if you're not down very drastically. So always remember, kids, any sending them to Gyanshala, it's a free thing. You're not paying any free thing. Come support. Send your kids. It's just 1 hour can change your kid's entire life. You won't realize it now, but you will realize that it was so much essential for our kids to do. My own daughter, starting from Aram group to now, how much she's still grounded with everything she do. She gets so much, but I think this was all what she have learned from Gyanshala. It keeps home. And I really want all my kids here, even if it is online, don't say अरे online हो गया बच्चे नहीं 1 घंटा तो बच्चे टीवी ऐसे भी देखते हैं 1 घंटा ज्ञानिक शब्द भी सीखे तो वो आपकी जीत है उस दिन leave it on. It's our duty to make them sit. But please, I request you all, due to of some reasons now, because Samniji is not here, we don't have right person. I really want, don't think it's online and skip and बच्चे नहीं बैठते. Make them sit. बच्चे ऐसी कई we don't let them do. जो सही चीज करना है वाया भी ऑनलाइन इसलिए नहीं बैठते stop giving this reason parents you believe me this is so much important to nurture their future even if it is online for a year bear with us but we will bring and we have Krita on board now she'll bring new ideas and we'll follow please I request you all even if it is online for this year skip those lessons please make up as a parent we can take an ownership of making that plan after the lessons they are doing ask the lesson teacher is there any other day you missed Friday 7:30 to 8:30 I request you all on and they've been praising me but it was never me it is all about them they are the strong pillar support Rashmi Shiksha Shikha biggest support without them I'm not there so it's a reason to step down you get the credit for what you have not done and I think it's other people's turn to bring new vision because this done such a tremendous work in Gyanshala and I think I'm here I also have Dinesh ji Vishal Vikas ji Smita, Rajni, everybody supported us in this day. Well, thank you to all the teachers. Continue support, don't give an excuse of online. Please put the things in. It's very important. I really want all kids to attend. Where we connect from everywhere. So please, thank you so much for the love. Continue doing so. Really grateful. Om Haram.
Couple of things. So far, I was thinking I can only swear. After hearing Prachi, अपना थोड़ा धंधा tension में. You might have seen people with black belt. There is one, Gyanshala. So यहाँ लोग आते अपनी मर्जी से जाते हमारी मर्जी. Can I now request from Hyderabad? And he has got a we all talk about spirituality, we all talk about Jainism, we all doing different things for our soul. But he's the person who has been worthlessly for so many years on Jain temples. Temples which are more than temples wherein nobody has got any ownership, initiative to get hold of all the other temples also, rebuild them. So Rakesh, before, do we have Vinod Bhai Kabasi also there? I think he would be the best because he's, I want the, यहाँ पे एक फाउंडर मेंबर है वो बहुत ज्ञानी प्राणी है जो MBA थे MBA हैं जो अभी उधर so I'm the stage is yours sir. सबको सादर जय हिंद. प्राचीन मंदिरों का जीर्णोद्धार भारत छोड़ के 42 43 जैनिज्म हिंदू जो भी टेम्पल रहता है राष्ट्र में लेके उसको पुनर्निर्माण करते. पुनर्निर्माण साल पहले जैसे थे हेरिटेज वैसी बनाते, ऐसा नहीं बनाते. उसको जैसा पुनर्निर्माण थे ऐसा प्राचीन मंदिर थे ऐसी बनाने का संकल्प. 108 टेम्पल अपना ट्रस्ट में लिए सोए. बोले तो अभी 60 है, बाकी अभी ले रहे हर स्टेट के अंदर. भारत में 28 राज्य के अंदर अपना ट्रस्ट नियुक्त हो रहा. अभी अपन प्रयास कर रहे हर ट्रस्ट के अंदर. अभी श्रीलंका में भी अपन पुनर्निर्माण करके आए हुए. ऐसी अभी मैं बताऊं, मैं तेलंगाना में जितने भी जैनिज्म में जितने प्राचीन मंदिरों का जितने भी है टोटल हर जगह पे जाके मूर्तियां बिखरे इकट्ठा करा के पूरा एक बुक बनाए, उसका एक हिस्ट्री बना दी. में जितने भी जैनिज्म के ऊपर है जैन का प्रतिमा मूर्ति है उसको रक्षा करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट से सर्टिफाई. एक भी मूर्ति कम हो गया, एक भी मंदिर कब्जा हुआ वो डिजिटलाइजेशन करा रहा हूँ पूरा. टोटल थोड़ा समय लगेगा. प्राचीन मंदिर पड़े हुए आप लोगों को पता है नहीं. 25 लाख करोड़ रुपए का संपत्ति पड़ा है आज भारत में. वर्ल्ड के अंदर 3000 कैस्ट कुछ हो सकता है मिस्र में. 3000 से ज्यादा कैस्ट है. 3000 से अपरा युगम से भी पहले से भी जैन धर्म सक्षम थे. रुपया हजारों करोड़ों वर्ष से भी अपना जैनिज्म को कोई आगे भी कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते है. छोटे से मगर वर्ल्ड में अंदर एक नाम है जैनों का. उसका इतिहास अन्य देव में बदलता जा रहे. अपना जैन कन्वर्ट करके बदलते जा रहे. इसके ऊपर कोई के लिए पूरा ध्यान देना है. आपका यूके को मैं पूरा रहना है. मेरा अकेला का काम नहीं है. सब एक एक आदमी साथ में मिलके ऐसा ऐसा संकल्प है. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से के लिए बोले तो जितने भी प्राचीन मंदिर है गांव के अंदर कन्वर्ट हुए, वो गांव के अंदर कोई जैन भाई नहीं रहता है तो वो मंदिर हम पुनर्निर्माण कर सके. सेकंड चीज क्या है, 2 साल तक 100 years तक अपन नया मूर्ति बनाने को दिया म्यूजियम में पड़ा है. वो 5% करे जेल में डाल के बंद करके रखे हुए. उसको छोड़ने के लिए सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से अभी प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफिस से भी एक मीटिंग करके ऐसे ये ऐसे डायरेक्टर से सबसे बातचीत चल रही. पता नहीं है आगे जितने भी विदेशों में अभी लंदन प्राचीन मूर्ति को लाके प्रतिष्ठा करने का हो सकता है. अभी कितने भी अगर बाहर विदेश में बना रहे तो प्राचीन मूर्ति पुनर्प्रतिष्ठा करने का चेष्टा कर सकते हैं. ऐसा तो अभी कुंभलगढ़ है. कुंभलगढ़ को जानते हैं कोई? कोर्ट को पूरा छोड़ने के लिए बड़ा मुद्दा चल रहा है इंडिया में. पूरा करके उसके अंदर दिया लगाने का हजारों सालों का उसी पड़े हुए है. पूरा भारत देखते पड़े हुए 1947 जब से आज तक भी अपना कितने 5-5 मूर्तियों को
पिघला के बेच लिया हजारों टनों का। अगर अपना धर्म वाला ने कोई पलट के देख रहे ने ध्यान नहीं दे नहीं हो रहा बोल के, मगर बहुत कम ध्यान दिया, बहुत कम ध्यान दे सक्षम रहकर भी। प्राचीन मंदिर है वो दिगंबर का है, ये श्वेतम तो अपना है। 24 तीर्थंकर तो जैन है, अपन तो जैन है। बचाओ पहले, आगे पीढ़ी के लिए क्या देंगे आप लोगों ने? अभी की पीढ़ी के लिए तो काम कर रहे हैं ना आप लोगों ने। तो ये तो सबसे स्टेट के अंदर क्या क्या पड़ा है, कितना धरती पे कितना जैनिज्म है। एक जमाने में मैं बिलीव करता हूँ ऐसा, आज 140 करोड़ जनता का है, पूरा जैनों ही है राज इतिहास के अंदर। आज 0.000% भी नंबर 1 में वर्ल्ड के अंदर। ऐसी काम साथ इसको आगे बढ़ाना है। ये एक पूरा 108 टेम्पल का एक लिस्ट बना रहा हूँ अभी। अभी 55 सपोर्ट करें, सब साथ दीजिए, सब साथ में रहे। एक मिनट और ये वर्ल्ड के अंदर 2 ही टेम्पल है। ये 1 फीट पे 2 फीट ईंट का है। ये अपना जैन टेम्पल आदिनाथ भगवान का है। वहां पे 22 एकर्स में सबने कब्जा कर लिया था। अभी 7 एकड़ कुछ बचे हुए करके इसको पुनर्निर्माण जैसा 12 सेंचुरी में जरे 1 फीट में 2 फीट का ईंट बना के सेम टू सेम डन था, वैसा प्रयास करके इसको पुनर्निर्माण करने के लिए एक हो रहा पूरा। ऐसा कोई भी देखने वाला नहीं है। गवर्नमेंट कुछ वो इतना खंडर होता जा रहे, तमिलनाडु कर्नाटका अभी एमपी ऐसा नहीं है, कोई स्टेट में नहीं है जैनिज्म। हर स्टेट में सबसे टॉप में जैनिज्म है, मगर इसको नेग्लेक्ट होते जा रहे। सबसे मैं रिक्वेस्ट ये सब इसको बचाइए, इसको बचाए तो आगे का पीढ़ी के लिए काम आएंगे ये सब। पूरा आपको बोल नहीं सकता हूँ, इतना दुखी हो जाती है, इतना बस मेरे को बोलने भी नहीं आता जो बोलती है। गवर्नमेंट से पूरा प्लान लेके आर्कोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट वाले डायरेक्ट आर्कोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से बात बोलो अपना ट्रस्ट में लिए से। थैंक यू।
And now I'm going to, and it gives me great pleasure, who is stepping into a role that has been incredibly important. I'd like to call Dhara Shah as our new. Everyone knows Dhara. She's been connected with JVB, Shuman, Niona. They've been connected with JVB over the last 2 years. Dhara ko dekhte wo just smile. She brings an enthusiasm, genuine passion, and along with that, all the creativity we've seen our plays and our performances. Dharaya. So she'll bring in a lot of talent, that she'll approach this role with a lot of dedication, integrity, continue building on the strong foundations we have built together. The role of secretary is an important one. It requires organization, teamwork,
encourage everyone to please come forward for all the suggestions, ideas, every little small anything, and we all can do it together. And yeah, of course, the committee, not the executive one, but the past ones and everyone. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, let's do something great. Okay. Thank you. Jai Hinendra. Om Arham. Yeah.
For lunch, yeah, I think. Yeah. Good for us. Congratulations.